Okay, now the Communications Minister has been saying we're at a turning point in the online realm. I know you're very interested in this area, that it can't be an ungoverned space. Do you agree?
Yes, the Communications Minister who gave a speech on internet regulation and can't even get it up online, his own speech. It is an exciting time. You can't even find his speech online, which is interesting
maybe they're putting it up eventually. A few of these news conferences sometimes take a while to post.
Well, he certainly managed to... Well, it was a speech he delivered to the Sydney Institute last night. It was advertised in advance and it has some fairly big issues covered in it. You'd think that he'd be able to work out the interweb to get it posted on there. But putting that aside, it hasn't been an ungoverned space per se. Like, people have recognised that, you know, on the online world, more and more issues like defamation, for example, we've seen increasingly regulation dealing with it. And what we're seeing here in the government is catch-up. I mean, we've been arguing as a Labor opposition on issues like artificial intelligence. We need to get our act together. We've been saying that for over a year. On the issue of data use by big players, social media giants, I mean, I've had interviews with David Spears where we talked about this earlier in the year post Cambridge Analytica, getting this happening as well. Working out on data, for example, we have so many government bureaucracies involved in data, no strategy on maximising the value of the economy and community about the way data is used in this country. See very little of that. And some of the things where the Communications Minister could actually get his act together, safe harbours, for example, and internet, you know, he hasn't even been able to deliver on. But if they are talking about doing that, and if they are talking more about recognising how to manage this issue, good on them, but boy, it's taken them a long time to get here.
Okay, there was a specific part of this put forward by Keith Pitt, who said that he was concerned how anonymous you can be, for example, on Facebook and on Twitter. People can just start an account and just start flinging invective, basically. Would it be a good idea to make people actually, you know, you can't be anonymous in everyday life, that you can't be anonymous online in all these very major social media platforms?
Well, the number of anonymous leaks that have come out of the Coalition party room, it's interesting to see a Coalition MP wanting less anonymity online, but the reality is this is something the internet's been grappling with for 30 years.
What do you think of that thought? I mean, you quit Twitter because of a lot of these people, right?
I just figured it wasn't a place... I mean, the issue is...
But the anonymity helps breed that real anger, surely.
Yes and no. I mean, the thing about online communities is it's been grappling for some time about the tone that's created, not just... I mean, Twitter's amplified it, but it's been something dealing with for ages. You know, I would rather them work out, for example, you know, other than having a sort of thought bubble that Keith Pitt's come up with on the internet when he's discovered its existence, you know, dealing with, for example, how we treat data in the economy, the respect for data by government and business, the way that we can use data to better inform public policy and see better outcomes for people, make it work, make the tech work for people. It's a tool for people rather than an end in itself.
Right.
These type of things, I think, you know, governments need to get their act together on it. And we've seen in this government, it takes ages for them to move on these big issues.